Now that you have used my content, you pay me for it because you have used it for a long time.
The other girl saw it and kind of, like guessed and confronted and all of that. And then the guy got really mad.
If you are taking somebody's data for certain purposes, you need to make sure that that particular data is used for that purpose only. And if the purpose is done, then you might, you have to take that data off.
Because शुरू में तो लगता था कि ये validating है if somebody is wanting to take pictures of what I've drawn. वो भी
Possible-
केस नहीं ना कर सकते. So since Priya has been now working with us for close to 3 years, 3 years हो गए ना तुमको?
2 years हो गए.
2 years हो गए. हाँ, 2.5.
2.5 अभी हो जाएगा जून में 3.
हाँ, जून तो आ ही गया, 2 महीना ही तो है. Priya, by aspiring profession, is going to be a lawyer. So we have some interesting law questions to ask Priya. Can you tell us a little bit about what are you studying abhi?
So I'm currently in my 4th year and I am studying about various kind of laws that include criminal law, civil law. Something that most of people must be aware of is the domestic violence kind of
Yes.
thing that are very much in news these days. I am also aspiring to go into litigation for because of certain reasons now. So let's see where it takes me. And I mean, this is I think good for an introduction.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now I have a few questions to ask you regarding what we do and how legal that is.
Okay.
So if say we plagiarize somebody's artwork, ठीक है, हमने देखा ऑनलाइन इंस्टाग्राम पे देखा किसी का आर्टवर्क बना लिया और फिर उसको बना के हम बेचने लगे, तो how legal is it?
So, to understand it in a way, usually people think that anything is copyrighted only when you get it registered. For example, you have painted something and you will have your legal rights over it only when you get it registered. But the case is not like that. So even if I painted something today, which is like my original work, I get the copyright of it on the day when I made it. So it's not that you have to register it to get the legal right of it. Once I made it, I have my copyright over it, and even after that, if you are using it somewhere, you are clearly infringing that. It's okay if I am not aware about this, but if I get aware about this and if I'm of course aware about the laws, that can be a problem for you.
And how if I get to know that somebody has made something that I have made, is it punishable or can I sue them if they monetize it, or can I sue them even if they just post it on their Instagram?
You can. So the process is of course we try to get it solved in from a way of settlement in an amicable way. So if you have done something, you have plagiarized my content, I will simply tell you that please take it off and it's not good. Or I can also tell you that now that you have used my content, you pay me for it because you have used it for a long time. Even though you are taking it out, you might have to pay me because you have used my content. And you as a brand, if we are talking about you, your brand is it has a commercial value. So whatever you are posting, there are higher chances that people might like it and you earn money out of it. So now that you are earning money out of it, and you are using my artwork, I can tell you that one, you take that piece out from your Instagram or social media or wherever you have posted it. Second, you pay me for that. That is one thing. So it's well and good if you are taking that down, and if that's not the thing that you are doing, then I can send you a legal notice, and then there are further repercussions.
What is it that any brand needs to make sure that they have it covered in terms of legalities before they go public? So for example, जैसे मैंने अपना brand start किया, क्या क्या चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो कि मुझे ऑर्डर में रखनी चाहिए in terms of documentation etc. to make sure that I can function well as a brand, like some things which might be like a लीगल रिक्वायरमेंट. जैसे हमारे केस में सबसे पहली चीज़ जो मुझे यही नहीं पता था शुरुआत में, व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड माय बिजनेस, दैट अ जीएसटी रजिस्ट्रेशन इज मैंडेटरी इफ आई एम कलेक्टिंग पेमेंट्स. सो व्हाट आर सम थिंग्स लाइक दीज व्हिच आर नेसेसरी for any small business like ours to become a legal entity?
I think registration is one thing that comes first because it gives you a value. तो जब आपका registration हो गया है, it gives you value. And for brands like ours, most of our work goes like IP laws, that is intellectual property thing matters a lot because it gives you like, you know, it then again gives you an edge over others. And when specifically talking about intellectual property things, there's one thing that people think like it's, you know, it's very regular for them to use it. So for example, if you are a brand that you know, I'm talking about the things that we should keep in mind other than the GST and the registration thing. So there will be multiple things. And so other than that, if you are using social media, what happens now is that people like generally they will take some music, they will use it. When we are using any music as a brand, we need to make sure that we are getting license of that. So I'm not sure if you're aware about that. So if you are using somebody's music that is not in the music library, so I believe mostly the business accounts on Instagram or any other social media, they have a music library of their own. So you can use music from them. But if you are using any other music, you like any other sound, you need to get a license of that. If not, there can be again legal problems because if the company is not aware that you are using them, then it's well and good. But if they are aware, then again it can cause a problem. So I mean, mostly whenever you are doing something, it's essential for you to check all the legal, like, you know, like go through all legal checks, like if there's a leakage in this or not. Again, there's one more thing that has come up. So there are like various laws. When you are doing a business, there will be various laws that you need to take care of. But of the laws that I am aware, like being a fourth year law student, I'm not aware about
That awareness
a
is
lot of.
way more than any of us. So I guess, yeah.
And so you also need to take care of data protection kind of things. If you are taking somebody's data for certain purposes, you need to make sure that that particular data is used for that purpose only. And if the purpose is done, then you might, you know, you have to take that data off. So there are certain laws that are coming up which are more oriented towards privacy of people, or, you know, they are more oriented towards people. So I think that is one good thing. But as a brand, we should always make sure that in the field that we are working in, we are like clearing all the legal checks.
Makes sense. I also feel that a lot of this kind of, because abhi with social media, so many different forms of content is getting normalized na, that it's also very hard to keep track of कि क्या actually
सही है.
मतलब सही है और क्या नहीं है. So for one more thing that I wanted to ask you was user generated content ऐसे जैसे like a lot of brands like us build trust based on user generated content. अब user generated content में I am very sure that small businesses, when they take testimonials, when they take user content on about their products, etc., they are not aware of their usage rights. And वो usage rights क्या होते हैं and क्या किस फॉर्म में आप यूज कर सकते हो. सो टेल अस सम थिंग्स अबाउट दिस व्हिच you think that people generally don't know, and you see people making that mistake a lot of times. Maybe something that you've come across or read about. Just say, for example, in our workshops, we take pictures of people who've come to attend our workshop. We put a disclaimer out there that these workshop pictures will be used by our social media team for promotions, etc., and we reserve the right to use these photos. But if somebody tells us that we do not consent to giving you these photos, because a lot of times what happens is that if somebody's come for our workshop, in all likeliness, if we've taken a picture, we might post it on our Instagram, we might post it on our website. But as a user, what are the things that we need to be aware of? As a brand, what are the things that we need to be aware of? किन फॉर्मेट्स में हम नहीं यूज कर सकते वो कंटेंट, या हमें नहीं करना चाहिए, या कंसेंट उनका अगर हम ले रहे हैं तो क्या कंसेंट हम होल्ड अप कर सकते हैं अगर आगे जाके वो कभी बोले कि नहीं हमारा फोटो क्यों यूज किया आपने, हमने तो कंसेंट नहीं किया था आपको.
Usually people get problem with this, that why are you using our pictures or something. In that case, I think like most of the people, they will like amicably come to you and say ke hata do pictures, but some of the people can have problems in user generated content. For the kind of things that we are doing, it is okay if we are posting about them, but then if somebody has posted something and we are taking that video, because like specifically when we are talking about social media, user generated content includes something what I have made myself. Like if I'm an influencer and I'm posting I have recorded a video, I've come to your workshop, recorded a video, so that will come under the definition of my user generated content. If I'm giving you the permission to use this, that is good, but then if you are not using, again, so the first thing to start a legal battle is to give a legal notice. And so like of course most of the people will just come to you and they will say please take it out, but the people who are like very stringent about their content not being posted by anybody else, they will take it legal. So it mostly, like if the people are like you're taking their videos and everything in our workshop, that is fine, but if somebody is using their content and it is getting monetized or it is, you know, giving money to them, that can be a problem. Otherwise I think generally people won't take this up. So the people
So कोई ऐसे नहीं बोल सकता कि आपने तो मेरी प्राइवेसी बर्बाद कर दी यहाँ पे,
because
हम तो चुपचाप आपका वर्कशॉप अटेंड करने आए थे, आपने क्यों हमारा फोटो डाल दिया सोशल मीडिया पे?
तो उसी चक्कर के लिए हम मोस्टली ऐसा ट्राई कर सकते हैं कि हम सिर्फ अपने काम पे, मतलब वी आर जस्ट कैप्चरिंग व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, बट अगर ऐसा भी आ सकता है तो वी कैन टेक दैट फोटो डाउन और लाइक everything, like it's not
वो
possible
केस नहीं ना कर सकते?
नहीं of course
ठीक है.
it's just added in terms and conditions, like of course it should.
हाँ, terms and conditions पे तो लोग अपनी souls भी sign कर देते हैं आजकल बिना पढ़े.
So then we as a brand, we can say that we have, like when you are signing up for it, it's just that you are voluntarily giving your consent to capturing pictures or using our testimonies in our further works. So that is one thing, that you can add things in terms and condition, because of course you can see that there are a lot of brands, or there are a lot of like websites which we use to book tickets or do a lot of things. We do not check the terms and condition, but then when anything comes up, they will just bring their terms and conditions saying that you have signed up for this. So that is one thing how we can protect ourselves as brands.
If an influencer comes to buy a product from us and then they post about that product on their like a reel that they are monetizing, if we repost it, like ek to as a brand, can we, if they are like for example receiving something for free from us, are they in any obligation that when they use that product to like film a monetizable content, can we tell them that we want to repost this, and if they don't agree, like is there anything that we can do? A lot of times new brands like ours, smaller brands like ours, send free packages to influencers. Sometimes they ask for it also, and we send them like PR packages. What do the laws look like when somebody asks you for a PR package without agreeing for mutual terms?
The first thing is to have email conversations.
Instagram conversations are not admissible, and WhatsApp conversations?
Oh no.
No, okay.
Email is one thing that can be considered, you know, when you are taking it legal, or even when you have to claim that, see, we have had this mutual conversation. So email is one thing that is the best way to like having conversation with people. If she has agreed to it, then you can take that up, that see, this is how it works. That is one thing, and usually it happens that when I am sending PR packages, she has to give credit of it or any other terms that you have agreed on. So credits is one thing, and the second question is that you have sent something and then they are making a video to monetize
they
it.
have bought something from us, but जैसे for example हमारा journal किसी ने खरीदा, ठीक है, they've paid us for it, and फिर उसके बाद में वो उस journal को use करते हुए कोई content बनाया उन्होंने जो कि उन्होंने monetize किया अपने end पर, हम उसको रिपोस्ट करें अगर, तो इज देयर समथिंग दैट वी हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ? व्हाट इफ दे ऑब्जेक्ट कि आप इसको रिपोस्ट नहीं कर सकते हो बिकॉज हमने तो मतलब पे करके आपसे सामान लिया है?
नहीं, you can repost that, but I mean the best way here is to give credits to them. आप अगर repost भी कर रहे हो तो it's better to take permission, and even when you are not even just clicking the repost button, it's better you give credits to them. For example, you'll post story that this person has taken our product and she's liking it. So giving credit here is important. Even when you are sharing or you are taking user generated content of somebody, it's better that you are giving them credits. credits, because there is one way, like you can either repost it from the Instagram feature that we have. Second is what people would do if they have the intent to like just exclude their identity and crop it and add it like they have made it. Again, you have to give credits, because that can again raise a legal issue for you. So I mean, even the social media thing works like that only. You give credits, you take permission from them. If at any point somebody comes up saying that, see, this is my content, then that will be a legal trouble for you, because as a brand, when you are doing something, you have to be very cautious and careful.
Yeah, because like if publicly somebody shames you, it
Yeah.
also like reflects your brand image
exactly.
very badly. Okay. So my next question is related to copyright. What does a copyright actually protect?
Copyright includes a lot of things.
Copyright और trademark में क्या difference है?
Copyright is something that you are making from your own. It should be unique. It should has an essence जो सिर्फ आपका है. So even now, if I'm making a sketch, it has my personal values. It's something. It has a skill जो सिर्फ मैं ही बना सकती हूँ. That comes for copyright. So अगर आपने कोई painting बनाया है, that will come for copyright, because copyright ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने एक painting पर बना दिया तो nobody can make that painting. That is one thing. Trademark usually it's for logos or it's for the identity that you have. So copyright and trademark is different. Trademark, it usually has like it gives you a brand value, it gives you a name. If you have your trademark registered, nobody can use it. So there are classes in trademarks. If you see that there are some services and goods, so it is then again different that in which class you are following it. That is also important. You can, once you have your trademark, nobody can use the word, nobody can use the brand name, and then they cannot use it for the same kind of work that you are doing.
Got it.
Copyright is usually for the authentic work that you have done.
Okay.
Copyright can be on music, it can be on your artwork, it can be on anything that is like that belongs to you.
So copyright is also legally करवा लेना अच्छा है, but what you are saying is कि अगर नहीं भी किसी ने legally करवाया है तो भी if they've created it तो भी रहता है. तो proof of date कैसे मानते हैं?
तो इट डिपेंड्स. जैसे अगर मैंने कुछ बनाया भी है तो दैट इज अगेन, मतलब अगर हमने कुछ कॉपीराइट करके बना दिया है, दैट इज वेयर द रजिस्ट्रेशन पार्ट कम्स इन. अगर आपने कोई चीज आपने रजिस्टर करवा दिया, आपने और मैंने सेम चीज बनाई है, मैंने रजिस्टर नहीं करवाया और आपने रजिस्टर करवा दिया है, इफ आई हैव अ प्रूफ कि मैंने पहले किसी को वो चीज सेल करी है, आपका ब्रांड ही बाद में बना है, दैट इज वन थिंग हाउ यू कैन लाइक शो कि मेरा कॉपीराइट है, इवन इफ यू हैव नॉट रजिस्टर्ड बट आई हैव.
और अगर मैंने चुपचाप से अपनी डायरी में बना के रखा है बस और कभी सेल नहीं किया,
तो फिर देन यू कैन नॉट प्रूव इट.
फिर मैंने अपनी फ्रेंड को दिखाया कि देखो ये मैंने चुपचाप से बनाया है, बट फ्रेंड ने बेच दिया वैसे ही बना के.
हाँ, तो देन ऑफ कोर्स यू वोंट बी एबल टू डू एनीथिंग, बिकॉज उन्होंने बाद में लेके रजिस्टर करवा दिया है, तो लीगली दे हैव मोर वैल्यू. तो रजिस्ट्रेशन, दैट्स व्हाई वी से दैट रजिस्ट्रेशन इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, बिकॉज ये आपको एक लीगल ऑथेंटिसिटी देता है. इफ यू हैव एनी प्रूफ कि आपका पीस है दैट इज इन मार्केट बिफोर माई रजिस्टर्ड थिंग, then you can say, because invoices होते हैं और बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती है, how you can prove कि कैसे मेरा जो प्रोडक्ट है वो मार्केट में आपसे भी पहले है.
अगर इनवॉइस नहीं है और अगर व्हाट्सएप पे कॉन्वर्सेशन है, does that work?
That cannot work as an evidence. It can have a consideration value, like it can be considered, but उसको valid, like legally valid नहीं बताते हैं. So मतलब I have not worked with copyrights yet, but उसका भी same process होता है कि for example if you have copyright one of your artwork, फिर आप उसको t-shirts पे लगाओ, कोई भी तरीके से merchandise करो, that is okay. But then अगर आपको चाहिए for the legal authenticity, तो फिर आपको कॉपीराइट करना ही पड़ेगा, बिकॉज देन यू आर जस्ट ओपनिंग डोर्स फॉर योरसेल्फ कि ठीक है, अगर फ्यूचर में कभी कोई चीज़ आया तो देन यू विल हैव टू लाइक सर्च फॉर थिंग्स कि कैसे मैं प्रूफ करूँ कि ये मेरा पीस है. दैट कैन क्रिएट प्रॉब्लम्स. अगर हमने उसको मर्चेंडाइज करके सेल कर दिया है तो, एंड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स वी हैव डन आई थिंक, तो उसके बाद हमारे पास प्रूफ्स रहते हैं, तो उसके बाद मतलब देयर वोंट बी मेनी इश्यूज, बिकॉज वी हैव थिंग्स मर्चेंडाइज और हमने उनको सेल भी कर दिया, तो वी हैव अ प्रूफ दैट वी हैव बीन यूजिंग दिस थिंग्स और ये हमने पहले बनाए हैं.
बट ये भी बहुत मर्की ग्राउंड है, बिकॉज फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे कोई क्लाइंट आया हमारा जिसने की कोई पीस परचेज किया, लाइक एकदम शुरू की बात करते जब हमने जस्ट सेल करना शुरू किया था, तब प्रॉपर इनवॉइसिंग नहीं थी हमारी. लोग आ रहे हैं पॉपअप पे सामान खरीद के जा रहे हैं, वी आर मेकिंग अ नोट ऑफ थिंग्स बट वी आर नॉट गिविंग देम एनी इनवॉइसेस. ठीक है, तो सेल का रिकॉर्ड तो हुआ नहीं, बट आर्ट वर्क हैज नाउ गॉन विद पीपल. Now, at one point, this actually happened with, like, this is an actual thing that happened with us.
Hmm.
One of our clients only copied one of our pieces,
Okay.
and they named it something else, but it
Hmm.
was very clearly
Yeah.
inspired भी नहीं, मतलब
Hmm.
पूरा plagiarized ही piece
Hmm.
था. They named it something else, and then they also like made, like, sold it
Hmm.
to another person, and like we kind of addressed it back then. मैं तब टीम नहीं थी, मैं अकेली थी, तो मैंने एड्रेस भी किया था कि ये मेरा पीस है,
हाँ.
आपने मतलब मुझसे खरीदा था दूसरा पीस,
Mhm.
बट दिस वाज आल्सो ऑन डिस्प्ले एंड इट इज जस्ट नॉट इन गुड टेस्ट दैट यू हैव done this. So she apologized and she said I was not aware and everything, so that happened. But at the same time, it really got me scared,
Yeah.
because that is when we came up with this rule कि close up photos नहीं लेना है अगर आप आ रहे हो, because शुरू में तो लगता था कि ये validating है if somebody is wanting to take pictures of what I've drawn. In a case like this, do we have any legal protection?
See, if people are using it for their own purpose, that is okay, because there are a lot of brands जो अपनी चीजें post करते हैं and people use it. So if for example I am using a picture of yours जो मैंने मेरे घर पे लगाया और मैं normally use कर रही हूँ, that is okay. But if your artwork is used by another brand monetize करने के लिए, then that can create a problem. And तब तक even if you do not have a copyright registered, आपके पास कुछ चीजें होती है जिससे आप बता सकते हो कि ये मेरा है. Maybe the video जब आप बना रहे थे, ये सारी चीजें, एंड मोस्टली यू विल हैव योर नेम रिटर्न, तो आप अपना वाला दिखा सकते हो, बिकॉज माइनर डिफरेंस तो कभी भी रहेगा ही. एंड यूजुअली मोस्टली लाइक पीपल, the brands, they are like aware about the copyright thing, so they won't let themselves go into all this kind of things. तो mostly ऐसा ही होता है कि जब normal people they are using तब copyright issues नहीं होते हैं, but the issue comes in जब कोई brands monetize करके उसको use कर रहे हैं.
Last question for you. What has been a legal case that you have read about or like you have worked on which has been the most ridiculous in your opinion? Like सबसे stupid किसी reason के लिए किसी ने किसी के ऊपर केस किया हो?
Mostly domestic violence cases, because it is something that people, I mean, this is the kind of thing that people are taking advantage of. There are a lot of women who are actually like, you know, facing certain things, but they are not able to come in front. So this is a kind of law that is taking, like, you know, people are taking a lot of advantage of it. And I would say family law, because I have seen cases where people are just coming to us and saying that it's been 10 days to our marriage and we want to take a divorce, and we are like what is this? Because it's, as a lawyer, people think that the work of lawyers is to, you know, just get people divorced, but it's not like that. We try to
keep them married.
Yeah, we try to reconciliate the marriage, because this is not something what anybody would want. So we have seen cases where people have come to us and saying it's been 10 days to our marriage, and you won't believe it, like theirs was a 12 years of relationship, and then after 10 days of marriage they are coming and says we want to take a divorce. So most of the times we have seen a lot of divorce cases like this, a lot of false complaints, a lot of like grudge related issues that comes in this kind of cases, and like some of criminal cases, of course. These are the kind of things I think law is interesting if you try to understand it in that way, if you try to relate everything in that way. So we have consumer law, we have civil law, we have torts. So interestingly, tort.
वो क्या होता है?
Oh, that is I mean the most interesting kind of civil law that you would come across. So when I got to know about this, I was like, now I can tell everybody that okay, this is not legal, that is not legal. It includes a lot of things like negligence, it includes nuisance. So
wow, nuisance is actually something that you can sue people for.
So if somebody is just you know, if somebody is
intentionally a nuisance,
and so if somebody is around us, maybe like, you know, in the room next to us, and they are just playing loud music at 3, we can go and we can say that this is not legal. So this is the kind of taught as a kind of thing. It of course it includes all the kind of petty things, but it's like when I studied about it, I was like, अब तो मैं सबको बोलेंगे. So this is the kind of thing I feel very interesting to know about
It
that.
is very interesting. I don't even study law. I am so interested in
Yeah,
this.
because it's like there are a lot of things that are happening around us, and now when you study law, you look at things from a different perspective. So like we are in.
Are you scanning everything, people,
Of course
for
I
all
do.
of these
Of course.
warnings, red flags?
Yeah, of course I do, because now that I've read about construction things, I've read about the society, what happens, how a society works, about the criminal things, about the civil thing. Now I look at things from a very different perspective. So if anything happens, I am now into like a bit into media law as well, entertainment as well. Now, if I watch a movie, I know everything what has happened in like behind the scenes. So I see that there must have been like a contract must have been signed between these people. So it's very interesting to know about different kind of law. As I am still figuring out. I know my interest is into criminal side.
By that, she means criminal law. She's not saying that she's interested in the
Of
criminal side. Yeah, to be
Yeah.
a criminal, she is interested in criminal law.
Criminal
Yeah.
law, yes. So it's always, I know that I would be going into one particular field only, but it's always good to know about
Of
things.
course, of course.
So that you can spread your knowledge to people, saying that see, this can be legal, this can be illegal. So I feel it's interesting if you are like really intrigued and interested in law. Otherwise, if you are not and you are stepping into it, it would be like for you.
So, yes, that brings this very informative session to an end. We have covered a lot of ground with our very knowledgeable Priya, who has given us so much perspective on so many things, law and small business and art and Instagram and
Yeah.
Pinterest and all of it. So, yes, we look forward to many such more informative sessions from her. Once she becomes a lawyer, we are also going to
Yes.
ask her to consult for us and like also bail us out of sticky situations if we ever get
But
into.
I think we should keep a disclaimer that please consult to an advocate.
Yes, we will put. We will put.
Yeah.
All of these are subject to what?
All of this are subject to like
Personal
advice,
opinion.
advice or legal advice that you should take.
We do not take responsibility for.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, don't be stupid enough to like go somewhere and say that, oh, I heard it on this.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube, and hence, I'm gonna sue you for nuisance. Because we can actually sue you for nuisance then. So, okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank
By
you
the
so
way, we
much.
got copyright for this video as well.
Ah.
Yeah, we do.
There's one guy who was two-timing two women,
Okay.
got commission pieces made for both of them. And he was very particular कि ये online नहीं जाना चाहिए, Instagram पे नहीं जाना चाहिए. And एक बार गलती से शायद कोई एक story हमने post कर दी थी of one of those pieces. And the other girl saw it and kind of, like guessed and confronted and all of that. And then the guy got really mad कि मतलब ऐसा क्यों किया, आपने क्यों डाला. We were of course very apologetic about it because it was not our intention to do it. But yeah, it was very sticky.